Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're going to break down some really fascinating new research. It looks beyond all the code and the algorithms and gets right into the human side of the AI revolution. And we're going to see how it's playing out in the world of accounting. All right, let's just dive right in with this one. We're looking at a study that asks a huge question. How is AI not just changing our jobs, but actually changing us, the people who do them? This might feel like a story about technology, but really, it's a story about people.
First things first, let's set the scene. For accountants, AI isn't some sci-fi concept from the future. Nope, it's already in the office, and it is completely transforming the profession at an absolutely incredible speed.
I mean, think about it. Tasks that used to take days or even weeks of painstaking manual labor are now being handled by AI-driven tools. We're talking about everything from spotting weird financial anomalies to prepping incredibly complex tax returns. These systems are doing core accounting work with a speed and an accuracy that, honestly, was once just unimaginable. But here's the catch. This lightning-fast technological leap has created a massive problem, a growing gap between this powerful new tech and the actual human beings who are supposed to use it every single day. And this slide, wow, it just lays out the core conflict perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you've got this rocket ship of AI innovation just taking off, and on the other, you have people feeling stressed, scared of becoming obsolete, and frankly, left behind. And for the companies, that means huge missed opportunities. And this isn't just about logistics or efficiency. It has a real, deep, emotional, and psychological impact. When you roll out brand new tech without properly training and supporting your team, it doesn't feel like a helpful new tool. It feels like a threat. So to figure out what's really going on the ground, a new study decided to go straight to the source. They wanted to investigate the human side of this whole transformation. So instead of just crunching numbers and looking at performance metrics, these researchers focused on the stories, the feelings, and the personal perspectives of the professionals themselves. They wanted to know, what was it actually like to go through this massive change? Now, this slide lays out their whole process, and I really want you to look at that final step: generate insights for human-centered training. See, this wasn't about making assumptions from an ivory tower. It was about systematically listening to and learning from real people to build something genuinely better. So, how did they tackle this? Well, the researchers zeroed in on 3 really crucial areas of the employee experience. And this gives us a fantastic framework for understanding the true impact of all this AI reskilling. The entire study basically boiled down to these 3 massive questions. It's not just about, can you do the job faster? No, it's about, how does it feel to do the job now? And, maybe most importantly, are you actually equipped to do it the right way? So that first question, it wasn't just about the raw output. It was about how professionals felt about their own work, right? After the training, do they feel more capable, more efficient, or do they just feel more overwhelmed by all the new tech? And then there's the second area, purpose. The study looks at this as job satisfaction. Does this new training make work more meaningful, by getting rid of all the tedious stuff? Or does it just create more stress and make people feel like they're a tiny cog in some giant impersonal machine? And finally, the study dug into whether the training actually prepared accountants for the tricky new ethical challenges that AI brings to the table. Because let's be honest, when you're handed these powerful new tools, especially when you're dealing with sensitive financial data, you have to know the new rules of the road. So what's the big takeaway here? What does this all mean for the future? Well, the study connects these very human experiences to a core business strategy that's actually been around for a long time. It's called the resource-based view, and it's a theory that basically says the most successful, most resilient companies aren't the ones with just the fanciest tech. They're the ones that invest in their own unique internal assets, and their best asset is always their people. Now, for an asset to give you a real competitive edge, it has to have these 4 qualities. So let me ask you, what asset is more valuable, more rare, and harder for your competitor to copy than a workforce of highly skilled, ethically aware, and motivated people? I mean, anyone can go out and buy software, but you can't just buy a great team. And this is the whole point right here. The crucial shift is to stop seeing AI reskilling as a cost to be minimized and start seeing it as a strategic investment in your firm's most important resource. When companies get this right, they're not just updating software, they're building an adaptable, expert team that their competition simply cannot replicate. And that is a real long-term advantage. Ultimately, this research leaves all of us with a really powerful question to think about. In this new age of AI, where does true sustainable value really come from? Is it the algorithm, or is it the expert human mind that knows exactly how to use that algorithm with skill, purpose, and integrity?